Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm gonna do something a bit different. So I'm looking to get back into game dev pretty intensely over the next few months. So I thought a good way to do that would be going back and looking at some of my old projects. I'm only gonna go through the big ones, the more exciting ones. Obviously everybody made Pong as their first game. My Pong was better than your Pong, but you know, I don't have that file anymore, obviously, so I can't display it. But yeah, let's get into this. Alright, so first one up is called Mute X. This was done as a first year final project. It was a group project. So here it explains exactly what you can do and the abilities and the range on these weapons. Like the gunplay definitely isn't the best I've ever seen. I could make something better in about 2 minutes, yeah. But that's just to do with experience. This is our first like actual game project. I remember I was very proud of this project, but it's pretty bad. But it's also pretty good. Well, it's pretty bad for a two-person project, to be honest. But if it was made by one person, it would be pretty good. But it was not. But yeah, so this is my first one, Mute X. Okay, the next one is Pong, but it's tennis. I don't actually have a version of this project to run, but I have a video. This was actually made using what is it, the Mono game? So it was made through Unity. So let's have a look at the video. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, the two little guys are designed by me, by the way. Two little guys are designed by me. And as you can see, it's just basically Pong, but better. And it keeps track of your high score. And it's made in mono game. So I didn't have the clean Unity AI or anything. And I had to code in most of this stuff. Mono game is pretty good, to be honest. It's a lot more efficient than Unity. But also, you're missing all those features. So it's just use Unity. This one was actually done later on, but because this was done in mono game, this was counted as a harder project than the Unity one that we did as a group. And also this one was a solo project. So here is Block Party. So this was made in third year. This is a bit more complex of a project. It was made 3-person group. So yeah, you can customize your character. Let's make him naked. Let's give him a bonnet, I think. I'm pretty sure there's a way for you to rotate it, but anyways. Let's give him some eyebrows, give him a beard. Let's give him a mask. And let's make him a female. Let's give her some gloves. There you go. And now, see, this meant to be a local multiplayer game, but the way my controller's programmed, I can't really show you guys playing with 2 people. But give it a second, and here we are. There's our lady. She's wearing the gloves that we gave her. If I press E, I forgot this guy. This entire map was designed by me. It's just meant to be basically a free play area. There is a ragdoll button. Yes, control. Press control at ragdoll. Now how do I get up? E or to get up, obviously. Basically everything you see here was made by me. This was also a group project, but I did most programming. Also, this map was made by me. So let's actually go into a game. See, most of the stuff, if you've seen any glitchy graphics, it's just because I'm running this. Basically, all of these games are old, and they were all made in like an older version of Unity or Unreal, so they all have kind of glitches from that. Oh yeah, and I also programmed this bar here. Look, if you run into it, it activates your ragdoll. I know, crazy. And there's 4 game modes in this one. Let's go to this one. You stand on it, you wait a little bit. Again, it's loading in. And then this one is Fall Guys, basically. And also, I think if you get hit by the balls, I'm pretty sure if you get hit by the balls, you'll basically, it'll also activate your. I use the code from that little block thing to. It will also activate your trigger, basically. And then here you can just see everything being activated. So that's that one. The issue is that most of these other ones are set up for 2 people. Soccer Frenzy is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So Soccer Frenzy is just, you just try and score a goal basically against your opponent. Basically this entire game is on my itch.io if you want to play it with a buddy. They should all work. It's just that my controller isn't set up for co-op basically. You guys probably aren't interested, but I'm gonna show you anyways. So here's my Paint Wars one. So this is Paint Wars. Basically, Paint Wars is Splatoon. When you're playing with 2 players, whenever the other player covers any area, you'll lose points and you'll gain points when you fire, basically. Yeah, so that's this one. Okay, and here's my last one. So this is basically just a shooting game. Not sure how I'm actually meant to pick up weapons, bro. Come on. Uh, I guess I don't have a weapon. But basically, yeah, so like there's a bouncy surface underneath the player, and basically he's meant to use the guns that he obviously picked up easily to then shoot the other player. And whoever shoots and gets most kills wins, basically. And there's also a leaderboard. All the art was made by me. Well, this art was made by me. It used to look better before the update. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Blockout. Go play it on itch.io if you're interested. So, here is Space Yard Dodge. This one actually came out before the last one I just showed you. And this one is actually on the Android store. If you guys want to download it, give me some ad revenue. Would be much appreciated. I'll bet I'll get about 2 cents. Scaling's a bit off, as you can tell. But, I'm gonna press play. Yeah, so it's basically an endless runner with cool abilities. Because coded by yours truly. Obviously, the scaling is better on both the WebGL version and the Android version that's available. Yeah, that's basically it. It's just an endless shooter. Your goal is just get the maximum amount of points. I think there may be a leaderboard, or maybe I've got the leaderboard working. I'm not too sure. I think I'm gonna make a tutorial on how to make something similar to this, or maybe I'll just fix up this one and show you guys how to make it, because I feel like this is a pretty good starter project. Alright, this is actually kind of cool, guys. I just noticed that the game I'm about to show you, Punch Party, actually made a sale 130 days ago, which is weird considering I published it about 3 years ago. So I made a sale this year. Alright, so here it is. Punch Party. So what this is, it's basically meant to be, this is definitely the best game I've ever made. It's meant to be a boxing game. So the purpose of the game is you'll go in, new game, it'll generate random fighters, and then you basically need to be all these fighters and climb up the rank. As you can see, they'll have interesting names, as you can see, and it's all randomly generated, so they have interesting designs. Look at this guy, cowboy hat. As you can see, the challenge is grayed out because of the fact that I'm not actually able to challenge him because I'm not high enough rank. I should be able to challenge the first guy though. This guy, Herc Flame, is our opponent today. Right. Alright, let's throw an upcut. Let's throw an upcut. Alright, let's lock this guy up. Come on. So it's also a block. What's a block? Oh, alt is a block. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, so that's basically it. And then because I beat that guy, I can then go on to challenge Perry Sync. So the game has a fully working main menu. You can turn down like the music, for example, and you can mess around with the settings. Yeah, and it all works. And also we were playing multiplayer, but we never got around to it. It was meant to be like, yeah, it's meant to be multiplayer, but it works with Hitachi. You can plug in Hitachi and get it to work. Also, there's a full-on character customizer. So let's go into another boxing fight. Let's challenge Prey Sync, just so I can show you guys that it fully works. As you can see, it fully works, and the tail also moves. It's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. This was a college project. It was one of the best projects of the semester, but as you can see, it was deserving of it because it's pretty crazy. I think we were really working on this for about 4 weeks. So for 4 weeks, it's pretty good. Fuck off me, bro. As you can see, the vibration system isn't the best, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, but that's Punch Party. Yeah, again, I love this game. And I do plan. Well, hopefully one day I'll have enough time to actually finish it. All right. So the next one is called Top Down Engine. This is this is made using the Top Down engine from More Mountains. But yeah, as you can see, it has full controller support. Let's try and find. There we go. Okay, and as you can see, it's meant to be like a random dungeon generator. Basically, the player can go through all these different dungeons. And here's a shop. This is probably the most custom code that there's in this whole game so far. Well, there's some other code that is custom, but that shop was made all by me. So this one isn't like It's still not there, but there's an idea. I think I want to turn this into sort of a Vampire Survivor game. It's gonna be an Android game, and it's gonna be pretty good. Like, I think it's gonna be a Vampire Survivor game. So you're gonna be able to pick up multiple traits and have them active at all times. Still loads of work to do on it, but I've tested it before on the phone and it works fine. So that's that one. All right, so here's the next one. So this one's called Defend the Farm. So let's start it up. You'll see once we get into the game. I came up with the idea of a cozy game, but have it be as scary at night. somehow I at the time I thought it was an awful idea, but it's worked out. Like there's some games, like bigger games coming out, that have the exact same idea, and obviously it's not an original idea. I'm just playing. The purpose of the game is that you're working on this farm. You have this main base here, which is your house. Your goal is to not let it get destroyed, basically. There's a shopkeeper over here. Her name's Lucy, I think. And you can plant plants. The reason it's lagging so bad is because it's importing it in through different, re-importing it into different Unity versions. And I think I used fix update way too much in this project, so I need to look into that. But yeah, so you plant stuff and it grows over time depending on the time system. And then you can go over here and you can sell it, or I can also buy stuff. Obviously I'm poor because I haven't actually sold anything. There's also a day and night system. As you can see, it looks pretty nice. Like, I think I killed it conceptually with this game. I think it looks awesome. I also have an army over here where basically the player's going to be able to get different guns. You can also buy your turrets. Here's different guns. And then the player can also place these turrets wherever he wants, really, as long as there's free space and it's not conflicting with anything else. Yeah, it's a pretty big map. It's basically, I think it's one of the default maps from Senti. So like I can do a lot with this. I know that planet was placed there by me, but I can do a lot with this and make it a lot better and expand on the idea. I think this one could also be very cool. Let's move on to the next game. This one is also very good. I enjoy this one. This one I'm working on it with the team in Kowloon. We work on it part-time whenever we can. We've moved on to a different game currently, but we're still in development on this one. We haven't given up on this one. Just this is a pretty ambitious project. So that's why we've kind of moved on. We're going to come back to this one in a bit. As you can see, you start up the game, you set up your game. So for example, you can set the amount of turns you want to play. You can set it to unlimited, or long game, or medium game. Basically, it just, if you set it to unlimited, there's a way you can win the game that won't happen, basically. As you can see, it spawns you in. You're on this map. It has nice water. Those cards that pop up, they're meant to be sort of like, it's kind of as like a roguelike sort of thing, or a board game sort of thing, where like, depending on what you get, it should affect your ship or your player currency or whatever. Over here, there's a mining resource tile, so the player can go over there and he can capture that resource tile, and that gives them some influence over these other tiles, because the resource tile, that's just how it works. It's useful, for example, when there's a resource tile beside a city, it will apply influence to that city. Let's go over here to the city. As you can see, there's a resource tile over here, and if you highlight over it, it shows you then that this city will be influenced. When you're at the city, you can trade, buy stuff from them. You can also upgrade the city, which basically uses your money to like upgrade city defenses and make it so they can spawn like more powerful bolts, and also upgrades their health. So for example, if I try to raid the city, it's going to completely destroy me. As you can see, my fleet is almost dead already. I won't lose the game, but that's just because there's no, like, in this testing phase, I don't really want to have a losing cause, but like this should end your game once this is done. Or if it's your first time that this happens, you just get given one ship and you can ride away, basically. Also there's a wind system that affects the way you can move. But yeah, that's basically it. And also there's other ships that you can see you're moving around that you can also battle. But this game's gonna be really good, I think. I think once this game is like, once we implement all the ideas that we have into this game, it's gonna be really good. But yeah, that's what's called Nagal. That's Nagal. It's basically Civilization, but with the Irish teams and Irish cities and Vikings and stuff. Yeah, so that's that one. Alright, so last but not least, we have, it's a career racer basically. So basically the purpose of the game is that we're going to be racing careers to pay back some sort of loan or some sort of loan shark or something. And the way you're going to earn money is by doing odd jobs and also the races. Currently we have the races implemented. We're thinking it's going to be an idle racer, so you're going to, basically the whole gameplay is going to be around the jobs and the training of your team. And then once it gets to end, the weekend race, you then basically get to see the results of your work. Either you lose or you win. If you didn't train all week and you've just been sleeping, you then obviously you're probably gonna lose. But if you've been working and to gain money to then be able to train, you should be okay. The training minigames haven't been implemented yet, but there are some for working. So let me show you these ones. So there's this one where basically you're cleaning the dishes. So you're basically a kitchen porter. It's just meant to be like odd jobs. So it's like we're planning on having one where you can catch turf and just random Irish odd jobs that you could do around the 1980s. So as you can see, I earned some money there. Let's press work again, and this is the other one. This one isn't fully implemented yet. It's meant to be a pour in a pint game. Like it currently works where you can pour the pint, but it's just single button action. You just hold down the right click and pour it. So it's not very involved, so I want to make it a bit more involved. But yeah, that's the last one. Yeah, so that's my journey so far. Made loads of games, but one thing I really want to work on, and I'm gonna work on, is probably in the next 12 months I want to have probably at least 3 games publicly available to play. So excluding the ones I already have available, so new games or updated versions of those games available to play. The ones that I already have published are available on itch.io, and then there's Space Pirate Dodge is also available on the Play Store. But I want more games playable, and I feel like if I focus on that, I should get better games out of it by the end, because they're progressively gonna get better. The more I publish, the more I release, they're progressively gonna get better. And I also definitely want some sort of game on Steam at some point. So hopefully next 12 months I'll have something on Steam too, which will be fun. And because I'm publishing on Steam, it'll be a higher standard than what I've been publishing on itch. So yeah, wish me luck guys, and thank you for watching, and good luck with your game dev journey, and just keep creating and having fun.